Alright, got all the stuff all cleaned up now. So now you can see how what really looks like. Get all the oil crap, junk, whatever's on it off. And it's good for inspection. The manifold we just did. Probably seems a lot freer than it was. You want to look for any kind of knotting, any tight spots. Knot would be like a piece like this would stick up, like that would stick up like that, or you have little high spots in it, something like that. Then you want to do is you want to look at all the rollers right here and make sure there's no broken ones. They're split automatically, but there should be no broken pieces. So I just look down on all three rows real quick. 180. Check again. Flip it over. See anything looks stupid? Get rid of the chain. Especially if it's got rust on it, stuff like that. Any nicks, any gouges where something got caught in there. Because when this chain breaks, it takes out the motor cases. A lot more expensive than what that chain cost. Alright, so I got the clutch hub all cleaned up. Or basket. This is the basket. This is the hub. I cleaned it up too. Got a bunch of crap inside of here. Like that. There's the disc. There it goes. All the bearings are good. It should spin freely. Put that on the outside, gets it out of the way. That kind of sits right there out of the way. And the motor sprocket. Okay, so that pile looks good. Put this out of the way. Put it on top there. There. Get that out of the way so it can work. Nothing worse than having all your crap in the way. Okay, so this here we look at. I just heard something fall out. That's not a good sign about your needle bearing being any good. That means that's bad. If in doubt, when you see loose needle bearings, it's not a good sign. There's the missing one right there. We were replacing it anyway, but now we're going to definitely replace it. When these little finger pieces here get worn down or break off, then they will fall out of the cage right in there. Basically, it sits in a channel like this on both sides. That's what holds these in. So when they get worn out, they come apart. That's a good way of telling when they're bad, when they come apart. So after you clean them up, you blow all the things off. If the bearings all fall out, you know what to do. See, like that? If they come out like that, that's not a good sign. That means you probably have issues with your bearings. Simple, huh? Right in the trash. No reason to keep those, we're not reusing them. The other thing you look to after you get them all out, you look in here at the bearing cage, the inside of the race, and see if it's pitted out. You'd be surprised how many times you take these apart and the bearings all come out, and inside this race is all eaten up. That's why you can never trust these to being good. Just replace them. When they fail, they cause lots of problems with gears. When gears break, they take the case out. Everything likes to take the case out on a Sportster. Okay, these are going to go block. Clean them up. Use the flour wheel after they're all clean. No issues with those. Good. It still looks like it has a lot of issues with this. I'll be cleaning this up, scrutinizing a little bit more, but I really don't like it. Clutch gear is the next problem. It didn't trust very well. Not sure how good this bearing is in here. I like to be able to put this in between the rollers and slide the whole set in there like that. So they're not rolling, they're just sliding in there. When you do that, you can feel the inside of the race. If it's smooth, you can feel it. If it's all uneven, you can feel it go chunk, chunk, chunk in there. It's a way of telling if it's any good. You can also hear it. It's got that squeak noise where it's even. That's what I'm wanting to see. So it makes me feel a lot better that I can do that and check it like that. Makes me a lot happier. This bushing's a little bit worn feeling before. It's not so bad now that I clean all the crap out of it. See, the shaft's got some tear marks in here, but I don't know if this is from that gear or a different gear. See how this has all been blued real heavy? This one here doesn't look blue. So you never know what parts come from what trannies. So this we'll be working on. This I'm still going to scrutinize some more. So those are set. We'll have to deal with them later. Sprocket's good. Push rods, you want to make sure the tips all look good. No issues with those. Nice smooth shiny surfaces on top is what you're looking for. Roll them, make sure they don't wobble. Obviously if they roll, that's a good sign. Crank pin, you're going to look real close at the bearing surfaces on that. Get a clean rag to clean it with. You're going to look around these holes for any kind of a pit mark, wear marks that are heavy, anything. Then you look through the whole surface, look for anything that looks like a big gouge. See a little bit of trout I went through right there, but nothing serious. A lot of times you just see a little flash in the lights, all you see. So I don't like reusing these because this is usually the first thing that fails. This one looks like it's still usable. It's got miles on it though, but customer wanted to use it if he could, so it looks okay. It looks usable, let's put it that way. Cages. Look for any heavy wear on the sides. Usually if they're not worn too heavy on the side, they're good to go. Just like the crank pin, they have a lot of wear on it, but they're still usable, so we're good to go. Good. Pull this stuff out, just look at it in the groups as they come out. Races, you're looking for any kind of rust spots, pitting, acid etching, nicks. Anything that looks more than you can hone out. These look pretty smooth, even and shiny. So I'm going to try to reuse these. We'll put new bushings in up here though. So those got to be worked on. We'll put them over on the other side to be worked on. Here's our pinion shaft. Just like the crank pin, you clean it up with a clean towel. I got these nice Tatro machine towels here. So look over here for any abnormal wear marks. It's a little bit worn, but not too heavy. This looks pretty even all the way around on the bearing surface, so it should be good. I'll probably re-hone this on the outside of my external hone. So we'll put this in the work on list. Here's our shaft. Looks fairly good for now. You want to look at the taper, make sure the taper is nice and even, and make sure the keyway has no marks in it. And you go grab the flywheel. Make sure the flywheel looks really good also. Then you take the two and put them together. And see how much of a gap you got between the shaft and the flywheel. This one's pretty close, so it'll probably almost touch. It'll probably touch when I tighten it down. See, I don't really see a wear mark where it's been hit yet, but it's close. So what you got to do is you've got to cut this shoulder back here on the shaft, or you got to cut it back on the flywheel. That way you know you got clearance. So when you tighten it down, you're tight on the taper, not against the shoulder. If you're tight against the shoulder, it's loose, it'll spin. You have to be tight against the taper. When the keyways get all chewed up, that means you rattle around, it's loose. If there's a wear mark on here, like if you have a shiny spot like this does here where the nut rubs on it, over here, it's hitting. Then you got to really look closely at your tapers and all this to make sure it's good. This has got about 30 thou clearance at most behind there. It's probably just enough it doesn't hit, so I'll probably trim it just a little bit to make sure. Probably cut the shaft about 10 thou. Very important thing to look at. These I'm going to work on. Hardware. Okay, this all has to be blasted. 5 shafts, that's the good one to keep in. One of these was all torn up pretty bad. They're all worn. This one's the one that's chewed up. You can see it, hear it. Definitely bad. All these other ones aren't exactly new, but I'll be honing these. First I'll go blast them and get all this black off of them so we know they're good. So they got to be worked on. The gears all look fairly good when I cleaned them. So you got a little rust here and there on it, but no nicks. A little acid etching. If that was on a bearing surface, I'd care a lot about it. On a gear, I'm not just critical about that. Still isn't good, but unless it's heavily rusted, I'm not going to be too overly concerned about it. It looks good. That's not so good. See the pits in the bottom of each tooth? That's the place where the tooth is going to break. So you can see the heavy rust and etching in there also. Not good. You can see the big pits in there. Alright, so that gear's junk. Goes in the junk pile. Extra expense. We save some money on some parts and we spend them over there. That gear looks good. It was all covered with oil, you couldn't see any of the stuff, so see it's got rust in the bottom of the teeth, but not where it matters. Gotta look on both sides of the teeth to make sure they're good. A little etching, but not too bad. Alright. So we only lost one gear for sure, and clutch gear over there maybe. Main shaft I'm not too happy with, but it's hard to get main shafts right now. Nobody seems to have any. Only Andrews, which would cost way too much. And all those Dixie ones on eBay are made wrong. So when you buy them, if your tranny don't work, don't blame me. Yep, 3 bearings are in there. That's good. You got a plus 20 fork. And this one's a 0. You want to look around these areas up here on the brass ones, make sure they're not chewed up on the circle here also, in the shaft. And nuts we're all good with. Washers look good. Yep. The hell's that all chewed up from? This is going to have to be looked at a little closer. Make sure it's all clean deep inside of here. And the hole goes all the way through. That I'm not sure about. Good. Clean these all up. Shaft's got some rust on it. I'll clean it up too. Okay, lifter blocks. 2 of these were cut for some reason. Those have been cut. Supposed to be equal. See? Cut. Don't know why. So as long as the roller is engaged here, we're fine. When they start getting way out, you start losing some of your support. So, not sure what's out of it, because when it gets down to here, it can, the other side starts doing all the work. I don't know, they had that cut away for some reason, I don't know why. Don't know. A little bit of clearance in there. Let's see the lifter moving up and down a little bit. Getting a little wear on these. And the blocks too, probably. So 5 and 6 is standard on the mic. 2 thou wear I like, 3 I don't like. These are pretty heavily worn. See, we're all the way up to almost 6 on the mic. And we drop down to 2 at the bottom. You go a little bit lower. If you drop a little lower, it'll go even lower. About 2 on that side. About 3 there. 3 is usually pretty much my limit on these. So this thing is basically in my replacement category, but it's a thou less than it should be. I know the owner doesn't want to pay more money for these, but there's nothing really cheap out there either. Lifters cost lots of money. 3, 2.5 to 3, 3. So these are just under my wear limit, but yeah, they're not super bad, but looser than I like them to be, but yeah, it's an extra thou on these things more than I like for my wear limit. Yeah, we'll see what he says. To see what new ones cost. They're basically right there at throwaway time. But they could be used. We'll see. Lifter blocks look good. Except for these 2 that are cut. Alright, we'll see what we can do on that. I'm not too thrilled with some of that stuff over there, so we'll put that more on the we'll think about it pile. Alright, so we laid it all out. Good parts, yeah, so, and do a little work over here, and then these are going to blast. So that's how you lay stuff out. So you know what's going on. These got to be blasted also. Keeps everything quick and simple so you know what's going on. Alright, so customer said we have more push rods in the cover kit. And I can see the 2 missing push rods right there. So I'll pick the best 4 and use the best 4. I already went and grabbed 2, so it's alright. Alright, so that's pretty much where we're at on this for now. So like I said, that has to be all blasted. I'll work on this stuff tomorrow, clean up that. I'm going to look at that a little bit more. See what I think of it. I'm more concerned about the main shaft and tranny and lifters. So tomorrow we're going to do some honing of the cylinders. We're going to be reusing these ones, so I just have to clean them up a little bit. Pretty flat hone marks on there. Not sure what that's all about. So I'll go ahead and give these a quick flash on, deglaze them. freshen them up. And then the heads, we'll work on those. I already got the guides in there, so I got to fit those. This is what they look like before. They look like this. These are a little more nasty looking. Alright, so that's it for tonight. Tomorrow we'll do some more work.